abused him, poured red wine on him. And this boy came the next day to say, how was your day? I said, wow, this is not an engagement ring. It is a promise to be engaged. You cheated on your man with a man who is wearing all pink to bed. Let's get started, shall we? A sparkling beverage to get the show going. My throat is ready. All right. Oh, that don't sound right. I don't know who had the vision to say, oh, let's take the ultimatum to South Africa, but God bless you. Who knew that we just needed to export the show from the US for it to be such a success? God bless you. All right. I have watched all the episodes of the Ultimatum South Africa. Did I watch it in one sitting? Yes. I told myself, oh, I'm just going to watch 2 episodes a day. Let me tell you something. Between Nolla and his lying, Isaac and his West African flair, Kanya and her evilness, I was thoroughly entertained, and so I wasted, but not really wasted. Let's just say I enjoyed a complete evening of the disaster and the entertainment that the Ultimatum South Africa is. Thank you to whoever thought of this. Before we even get started on the couples, the cheating, and the scandals, I want to highlight 3 things that I really loved about the Ultimatum South Africa, okay? First thing I loved is that it was a mostly black cast. You know, in the US, because of, you know, you want to diversify, you want to represent everyone, you end up with a cast that is too diverse. So when the couples like switch places, people end up picking people that they ordinarily would never date and know that they would actually never pick. The benefit of having a homogeneous, a cast with the same people. The benefit of having a cast with the same people that are like of similar cultures and similar nationalities is that people actually end up picking partners that they could actually end up with. And we saw that in this cast, and I want you to know, whoever brought this idea against South Africa, you were wise with that. Then the second thing I loved, the hosts. You know, I haven't followed the journey of Salmina and Hausa, but I don't know who they are. I did a quick Google there, so I don't know. It seemed like they were scandal. I don't really know, but shout out to the hosts. I actually like them. Nick and Vanessa, if you can sit down and study these people, ask yourself, are they cringe? No. How can I be as uncringe as they are? How can I too be cool? Because oftentimes when they give the couples advice, even myself, I was writing it down, I was like, wow, you're giving me advice I can use. Oftentimes when Nick and Vanessa venture to give advice, you ask yourself, you know, did I just lose a minute of my life? Should I zone out? Should I just fall asleep? That is not good. So, Hausa and Salamina, thank you. You were actually a fantastic host. Then the last thing I loved about the show, the villas. You see, in the US, when they be giving them one kind of small looking apartments, where, to be honest, if you wanted to be challenged that if I can fantasize that I'll be married, I'll be in a house, you probably aren't taking some low apartment seriously. They put them in a villa. Now, do I envision Nolla and Isaac in a villa like that? I do not. But it was nice. It gave them an opportunity to fantasize that if I can live this life that I'm not living, perhaps I may want to choose this partner. It just added a little something, a little luxury. You know, I enjoyed them having private villas. And I think they did that on purpose to give them opportunities to think about doing bad things. It's not good to do bad things, but I was entertaining. Shout out to you producers. Let's get into 6 couples. 6 whole couples, okay? We have Khanya and Nkateko. We have Ruth and Isaac. Courtney and Aiden, Thabi and Genesis. Sikakele and Lindile. Did I say that right? Well, Siza. We're gonna go with Siza. Nobody should correct me. And last but not least, Lebo and Nolla. Let's get into the couples. Now, what did I love about this cast? Okay, like I said, there are 6 of them. That's an abundant number. But one thing I loved especially was they were age appropriate. In the US, I don't know why 24-year-olds are giving ultimatums. I don't know why they got 25-year-olds in the mix, okay? This one, they gave real adults that have real things to lose. The girls are thinking about fertility, okay? The guys are thinking about money, real problems. You know, we have 29-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds. I'm like, yeah, the real people that should be on the ultimatum. Before we get into the drama, let me just say the drama started at the table. You see, in the beginning, they're all flirting straight away. One thing I love is that they purposely pick couples that the partners would be interested in other people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Between Siza and Thabi, I was like, wow, I see what y'all did, because to be honest, I could barely tell those 2 apart for a little minute. I had to pay attention. I was like, wow, you guys really picked girls that their partners would be tempted by. That was smart. But from the table, let me tell you 2 moments that I knew was that I knew chaos was coming. You see, when Isaac did not pick Lebo, because the way Isaac was talking, the way you could tell this man was a traditional West African man, whatever. I felt like, Lebo was kind of giving off a little bit of those vibes. So I thought because they had vibe, because she kind of had traditional values like on the surface, I thought he was gonna pick her. But you see, when Isaac reached his long throat to go and pick our light-skinned princess who is probably prioritizing last week in her life, I knew this is gonna go wrong. We are looking for somebody to pound yam every 2 hours. Kanya doesn't even want to wash the plate she puts in the sink. I knew it was gonna be a disaster. And then the way Nolla was too excited at the opportunity to be given permission to do wrong by Lebo. I said, Baba, hey, this boy named Nolla. I just knew good cannot come of it. And I was right. Khanya and Nkateko. See, when Kanya first came on the scene, I was trying to empathize, but I thought, well, this girl's really closed off. She's kind of cold. So, perhaps she's being misunderstood. I changed my mind very quickly. Okay? And when she was saying, well, Nkateko's, charming and he's a charmer, I was on that side. I was like, yeah, this boy is giving smooth with this all white outfit and he's giving us beige looks. Maybe he's the problem. Well, in the small preview, when she got with Isaac, I said, Isaac got his issues, which we're going to get into later, but wow. I said, wow, this girl is diabolical, okay? It was the littlest things. I'm like, wow, this girl is arguing about washing plates. She's not nice, okay? The way she was so cold to his family, which he was very, very, very rude for. Ruth was dating you for 2 years. She did not meet your family. For 2 years, this girl did not meet a cousin. She didn't meet anybody. You quickly took Kanya to go and meet them. And it was just funny to me that his friends were like, oh, she seems like a gold digger. She doesn't want to be washing plates. Isaac that picked her. Does she look like a washing plates type of girl? No. So I was like, that was a stupid pick. Okay, I know he's regretting it. But yeah, back to Kanya and Nkateko. Draining. When she abused him, okay? Abused him, poured red wine on him. And this boy came the next day to say, how was your day? I said, wow, I don't know which bondage they are holding this boy, but I see why his mom was very quick to gravitate towards a stranger when she was there telling Siza she's a good girl. That mom don't know that girl from anywhere, but that mom was just happy that anybody but Kanya. I understood. I'm like, this girl is crazy. Okay? I feel like Kanya watched all those affirmation videos that were like, you deserve everything. You are a woman. You deserve the world. But what she didn't understand is that's probably reserved for people with kind hearts. You do not have a kind heart. The way she abused this boy, hey, I said, wow, this girl is crazy. Now, Nkateko, I'm not on his team necessarily, but he really did Siza wrong. Can you imagine he was telling Siza, go and talk to her. She cannot talk to you. Go over there, only for him to drop her in front of the witch that is his girlfriend. Knowing that Kanya is this man. If Kanya can abuse you, that you have been loving her this much, what will she do to a girl that she believes is about to get her man? He was very trifling for that, but listen, Nkateko, I want to thank you for giving me one of the funniest moments I will remember in reality TV always. Nkateko gassed Kanya up to make her believe he was going to propose, only for him to say, this is not an engagement ring. It is a promise to be engaged. I shouldn't laugh. But I just felt that Kanya was the only one deserving of such humiliation, honestly. Kanya, wherever you are, I hope you have found the Lord and you have changed, okay? Next couple. Ruth and Isaac. I don't know where you people met. I don't know what function you met and you deceived yourself for 2 years that you're supposed to be together. Something tells me that in your 2 years together there has been a lot of infidelity and nonsense and games. Because Ruth, I don't know why you were the man that for 2 years you've been a mystery to his family. You think he's gonna marry you. I don't know, but one could tell, one could anticipate that this couple would give us one of the greatest dramas. And I was not wrong because the way Ruth gravitated to Nolla. First of all, Ruth, you cheated on your man with a man who is wearing all pink to bed. And it's not about him wearing all pink. It's the fact that it was hot pink. The pink was blinding. I myself, I had to cover my eyes. I'm like, whoa, can you imagine a man coming at you in bed with such hot pink, legally blonde pink? And that's when you said, yes, I'm going to risk my relationship. I don't think Ruth was even trying to get married to Isaac. I think at this point she wanted to punish him because that's exactly what she did. Not only did she cheat on him once, they were doing it gradually, plenty, to the point that Ruth was so pissed that Nolla was not picking her that she now went over to Lebo and said, I want to talk to you woman to woman. I've not been with your mom not once, not twice, not thrice. I said, wow, wow. You don't have to be so wicked. Which takes us to Lebo and Nolla. I don't have to say too much about that. That was the disaster. I don't know what Lebo was thinking, looking at Nolla as a husband material. Lebo, I don't know who you are, I don't know where you are, but honestly, you have to ask yourself, why would you look at somebody with such horrible fashion sense and think, yes, he will father my kids? Just from his haircut and his questionable facial routine, you know, with all the bumps and whatnot. I don't think this man was gonna be your husband. So I don't know what you looked, I don't know what you saw in him. The boy looked like a cheater just from when he opens his mouth and he shakes your hand, you know this boy is cheating. So I don't know where your radar was up, but you deserve so much better, okay? Thabi and Genesis. Honestly, you know, Genesis was really boring, but I will say it sounds like, I don't know if it's Thabi or Thabi, whatever it is. I think that girl fell in love with Lindile, but I don't know. It was kind of weird because the giving of the teddy bears, they were doing a lot of frolicking, coming outside, hugging. There was a lot going on there. I feel like both of them were a little bit delusional. It was giving delusion, or maybe they were trying to make their partners jealous. It was kind of weird because, you know, Thabi flirting with Lindile in front of Siza. I don't know. It was a lot. Like, I couldn't really believe it. Like, I feel like a lot of other people that watched it were thinking, oh, they're cute. It was kind of disturbing to me because I'm like, which kind of bonding are you doing? Which kind of, and the way she was so happy to share it in the girls' night. I'm like, oh no, girl, are you a little bit delusional? Either way, the ultimatum for her, she ended up engaged. So kudos to Thabi and Genesis. Genesis and Courtney, I don't know, Courtney was not trying to give anything. I don't think Courtney was really trying to date a black guy. So I don't know. Courtney and Aiden were given diversity hires. I feel like they were good supportive fake partners to Lebo and Genesis. It was a weird situation. Like, I could have done without them, okay? Siza and Nkateko. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking Siza would give Nkateko a run, was gonna give Kanya a run for her money, and I think Kanya like realized that because the way she was calling this girl fat, I'm like, girl, we're African, that girl is thick, okay? The way you're trying to, you know, talk about her as if she's not beautiful by African standards, I don't know what you're thinking, but So yeah, Siza and Nkateko, they had me worried. For a quick minute, I'm like, could this be the one couple that will shake things up and pick each other? Was I low-key hoping for it? A little bit. But the minute he left Siza to be abused by Kanya, I said, this boy is also a problem. He's not as innocent as he looks. But one thing that did strike me was that Nkateko's mom was very quick to betray Kanya and accept it. In fact, I think Nkateko's mom would have taken anybody but Kanya, and we see. But for a minute, I thought Siza and Nkateko had like a cute little run. It was giving, are they gonna pick each other? But I think once Siza realized that while Lindile may have feelings for Thabi, she was like, oh, let me perk up. That's one thing I do want to highlight about this Ultimatum South Africa cast is the men were giving ultimatums. That men were coming up here talking about, listen, you might lose me. I'm the prize. You know, Lindile and his go-tos were like, Siza, if you don't pick me, I'm going to take my go-to somewhere else. And it could be Thabi, you know. It was kind of refreshing. I was like, oh, look at guys giving ultimatums. It's not every time women. Sometimes, you know, guys can give the ultimatum and you two as the woman, you can be thinking maybe not. So I thought it was a little shocking when, you know, Siza and Lindile did end up together. I've already talked about Lebo and Nolla. Wow. Never should have been. I just think with his bad fashion sense, I don't know what Lebo was thinking. She's such a sweetheart, such a nice girl. Nolla, the way this boy was cheating, as Ruth said, not once, but twice, not thrice. And then had the nerve to try to lie. This guy was not lying. Talking about I love you and I spare your feelings. Nah, that guy is diabolical. So that's it. Ultimatum South Africa. I can't wait for season 2. Now, do I want them to bring Ultimatum Nigeria? Are you people listening? I don't know who is there in Nigeria, but you are here importing all types of shows. Ultimatum, bring the ultimatum. There are many couples that I know can give us the drama that we are all looking for. In Lagos alone, I know we are going to get many auditions for such a show, but nonetheless, Ultimatum South Africa, far more entertaining than Ultimatum America. America, you need to take some notes. I think one of the greatest benefits, or one of the greatest things that make the show really exciting is that they have a big word, homogeneous, a cast that has similar cultures and nationalities. How about that? Every time, big language. But I think that was to their benefit, because when you have people that are very similar, when you bring people into the mix that they are actual threats to the partners they originally came with, that's when we get juicy. That's when, you know, oh my god, I think Lindsay let me fall in love with Thabi, and I think Siza may go with Nkateko. Oh my gosh, this is getting really juicy for a second there. You know, I was thoroughly entertained. So shout out to the show. I was very entertained. Tell me what your thoughts are down below. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, help me to blow. I think I deserve to be a star, so help me get there. Thank you.